Hi everyone. A couple of days ago, a friend of mine took his own life. Please give me a few minutes of your time, as it might be able to help you or someone that you care about. So, I'm not going to go into details about my own personal situation and with regards to my friend, out of respect for him and his family. But I did want to talk about more generally how important it is to know that if you're struggling, there will be people that want to listen to you, whether that's Samaritans, helplines, anything like this, these sort of helplines or support groups, mental health support groups, and also your friends, your family, and honestly on here as well, if any of you are struggling, I really want this to be somewhere where I can maybe give some of you space to talk, as I know that it might be easier to kind of type out how you're feeling rather than actually speaking it. And so I hope that some of you might feel comfortable to do that as well if you're struggling with something. And yeah, I think we don't know how much people are struggling, and we don't know what people are going through. And I think a lot of us will sort of I think about myself, and also I don't want to make this about myself at all. I obviously want to validate how I feel, but I don't want to make it about myself, but more so that I explain it. I know that I bottle a lot of things up and sort of suffer in silence with things, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And I think it is important as a reminder for myself, and as a reminder for any of you that do this, that it can be so helpful to just share whatever and offload whatever you're carrying to someone. That could be, if you're worried about the impact that might have on the other person in terms of just kind of sharing really personal or quite heavy things for you, then it could be, as I say, it could be a helpline, it could be other professionals that it's their job or it's their role to be that listening ear for you. It could be a therapist as well, working through these issues. And that's obviously something that I believe really strongly in, is that with therapy, but with any of these things, I think it's a really good way of reaching out. And I understand that. I also see how difficult it is for us to reach out, and I think when we're feeling like we can't reach out and get the help that we need, even if we can see that we need it, because sometimes I think we can recognise, we wish that we had people to talk to, but we just don't feel like we can. And I think being able to kind of offload it somewhere, even if that's writing it down, typing it out on your computer or on your phone or whatever it is, just kind of taking that load and that mental weight and moving it onto the page or onto writing it out, and just kind of taking a bit of the sting out of it, and the heaviness and the weight out of it, I think can be quite helpful. And yeah, I think I say this a lot, and I really mean it, that you're not alone, and if anyone is struggling, you're not alone. And there are so many of us and so many of the people in your life, on your lives, that will want to help you and will want to be there for you, and I really want you to remember that. And I'm also, and again, not about me, but I am also here for you, and I want this to be, again, like a place where you feel like you can share things, and that's why I'm doing this video. It's not about me, it's not about any of that. It's about recognizing and bringing awareness to this really important topic of mental health and of suicide as well. And I don't know how much you can say that word on here, but I feel like I need to say it because it's what it is. And at the same time, I think we need to be reminded to check in on our friends. And again, we don't always know what others are going through, but I think it's important for us to make sure. And again, there's no sort of like guilt or blaming or anything like that involved here at all. And I don't think there ever should be with things like suicide. So I'm very careful to discuss things like this, but I think what we can do is at least give space. It's also not related to my own personal thing that I said at the start at all. I'm just saying generally, I think it's really important for us to check in on our friends and remind the people that we're close to that we're there for them, and they can talk to us if they choose to, and they might never sort of open up, but sometimes just knowing that people are there for you is enough for people to share, and to be reminded that they have people out there, and I feel like it's something that we don't do enough. I think a lot of us struggle to sort of be on the, like, I don't know, talk about feelings and emotions and things like that, and I think it's such an important thing, and something that we can all do is just check in with our friends and let them know they can talk and no problem is too small or too big. Just validating whatever it is they're going through, and knowing that we don't need to give them advice. If they want advice, we can try and give that, but we don't need to give them advice. We can just be there for them to offload whatever it is that they're carrying and be a listening ear, and that can, as I say, that can take some of the weight off. And I think at the same time, as I've said already, the reaching out, I think checking in with yourself and making sure if you are struggling, and especially if you're really struggling and you're having these thoughts of taking your own life and things like this, and I want to talk sensitively about this, but again, I just want to remind you that it is so important to check in with yourself, even sort of understanding how much you're struggling, because I think sometimes when we're struggling, we try and sort of put off and push down our feelings and put off talking about them, but I think the initial recognizing how much we are struggling is really important, and then understanding that if we continue to carry this weight, it can get more difficult, and it will just remain really difficult, and so we need to, I know I say this a lot on my channel, but like, again, not about that, it's more something that I really believe in, is being kind to ourselves and knowing that we deserve to get the help. Everyone deserves to get help and to get the help that they need, No matter what your situation is, we all deserve help, and we all deserve to have someone to talk to. And so I think checking in with ourselves there and being kind to ourselves is so important. Yeah. Thinking if there's anything else I want to say on it, but yeah, I think something else I say, as some of you will know, again, not about my channel at all here, but being kind to others. Being kind to others is one of the most important things we can do in life. And knowing that, like, for someone to feel like someone else cares about them and wants them to be a part of their life, like, all of these things are just integral to our lives, aren't they? And I think when we are kind to others, it's going to make them feel like they can reach out to us. It's going to form that bond. And if we're just kinder to each other, then I feel like just generally in the world, people are going to be more likely to talk about their feelings and feel like they're being validated, and that they, again, deserve to talk about their struggles and not feel embarrassed or ashamed or any of these feelings. Again, speaking generally, just with the topic of mental health and suicide especially, is that I think just being kinder to others is so important. Sorry, I'm not really articulating myself very well today, but I just wanted to get this message across because it's such an important issue, and it's something that I think if I can get this message across, hopefully it can help some people, hopefully it can help you. And again, I just want to remind you that you're not alone and that we're here for you. And when I say we, I mean I'm here for you. I mean anyone that, like, your friends and your family are there for you. Sometimes it might not feel that they are, but there is going to be people out there that are there for you. And that might be friends, that might be family, that might be a professional, but there's going to be that people there for you. So please reach out to your friends, reach out to people if you need support, and I'll leave it there. So thank you for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.